Week 13, we covered expressions. We started with the wiggle, then using the slider to control the wiggle, and now this is changing the wiggle expression and controlling the x and y uh, coordinates of it. So it's basically three parts of this code. You've got your wiggle, then we're going to add an x and y value, then we're going to assign a different wiggle to the x and a different wiggle to the y. That's the part in blue. And then finally, as I mentioned in class, I'm going to add the seed random expression to it because based upon where your layer is in the layer effect, the layer panel, that will affect how the wiggle works. So I'm going to just make a pink square, and let's see the anchor for it. It's a little bit off center. That's fine. Use the anchor point tool up here to change it. Oh. Okay, there we go. It's about close enough to the middle. Now it's there. All right, use the command or the control key, the command or the Windows key to get it to snap into the center. So I'm going to hit position, and I'm going to option click or alt click on there. Type in my expression, wiggle. Then I did 1 in 500 for this, and I put a semicolon at the end. So you'll see this will just have it randomly shooting around the screen. So that's what we've got so far. So now I'm going to add an x and a y. X equals half the screen is 960 because it's 1920 by 1080. Y equals 540, the semicolon, and I'm going to hit enter one more time, and I'm going to go bracket x comma y and bracket. That is the now we're assigning those variables. So now you'll see the squares in the center of the screen. And I'm going to put beneath it x equals wiggle, and then the original expression 1 times 500. So on the x, it's going to, wait, I put that in the wrong spot. Cut that out. Put it right here. X equals wiggles 1 times 500. And then the y, I'm going to change the y amount. Wiggle, and I'll do 25 and 50. Now, you know what? Let's do 25 and 10, just for the fun of it. So it's much less. Then I'm going to hit space, enter one more time, bracket x, bracket 0, comma, y, bracket 1, and bracket and bracket. So now you'll see it's moving less on the y than on the x. So it's moving more horizontally than it is vertically. That's how you control the x and the y. So now if I add this line above it, seed random parenthesis 1, oops, sorry, parenthesis 1 and parenthesis. This will change how the expression works based on where it is in the layer stack. Right now it's layer 1. So if I duplicate this text and put it above it, now it's layer 2. See how that changed? But still doing the same thing. Whereas if I didn't have that code, so I'll show you what this looks like. This is how it's moving with that seed random expression. If I were to take off that one part, the seed random, save. going to be moving a little bit differently. So wait a second, let me hit undo. I want that expression back in. I'll just add it in manually. So seed random 1 and parenthesis, put it back in, and there we go. So that's controlling your X and your Y. Here's the code that we added. Remember, there has to be a space in between there and a space in between there. And so you could change it to however you want. If you wanted to move, like I said, this first number is the amount of wiggles per second, and this is the amplitude that it'll be moving. So this is how you control it based on the X axis and the Y axis with the expression and no key.